Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the ultimate two-way build of NBA 2K22 Next Gen, so I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff, and like always, let's try and 1 to 1,000 likes. Now, as you can see, the three builds that I'm talking about in this video are all going to be 6'6", 180 pounds. And it's at the point guard spot. You can put it whatever position you want. You can put it at shooting guard, small forward, whatever the case may be, but for the convenience of most people, I'm gonna just put it at point guard. I feel like it's ideal for my career in both ends because you're on the point guards of the other teams, so you can go for steals a lot easier, and you're also running point guards, so you're gonna be able to call plays, be able to just set things up. They're gonna inbound to you quickly every single time. Long story short, it's just a lot more simple for my career, but some people probably don't care about that, so do as you please when it comes to what position you go to. It doesn't change much as far as anything besides maybe the minimum weight that you can go to, and again, this is at minimum weight for this build right here. But either way, 6'6", 180 pounds. We got 6'9" on this wingspan first and foremost. You're gonna see a 6'10" and a 6'11" wingspan as well when it comes to this. But the reason I have it at 6'9" for the wingspan is that it gets you the 87 ball control, which some people are gonna find very, very important when it comes to the gold unpluckable. And also it just gives you better ball handle, better three-pointer, all types of stuff like that. One thing that is on the downside of this though is that you only get gold clamps and you get gold menace. So that is definitely the negative to it. So if you're on the spin-off of wanting a little bit more ball handle to feel a little bit more safe with the gold unpluckable out here, because some people are still talking about getting plucked a lot, and it's probably because they're just on silver unpluckable, or realistically the meta of this game has been a lot of left-right sprinting and stuff like that, and it's hard to steal from people who are doing that. And realistically, if you're doing a lot of size ups in front of somebody's face, it's very easy to go for steals because it gives you so many open frames of going for them. So it's unfortunate that it doesn't really fit a lot of people's playstyle where they might want to ISO and come out here and do some more flashy dribble moves, but you really got to be safe with the ball in this game. It's just as simple as that. So anyway, again, having 87 ball handle allows you to get that. We're also going to have 88 three-pointer, which is very nice. You do still get things like gold chef and gold blinders and stuff like that as well. It's exactly what you need for gold blinders. And realistically, it's a more offensive version of what I'm talking about here. You can see we only have 3 defensive attributes upgraded on this one, so to call it a two-way build is a little bit of a stretch, but I do still think this is a very capable lockdown. You're 6'6", you can play really good perimeter defense, you still have 90+ steal rating, you're going to have the gold pickpocket, you still have 72 block, which is going to give you the bronze rim protector and silver chase down artist, and I don't really know if interior defense is completely necessary in this game, to be completely honest with you, at least in terms of guarding point guards. You're not going to have a lot of times where they go in for those takes in the paint, and when you do defend those type of things, chase down blocks are going to be your saving grace. It's not so much about getting contests on the interior. Now, if you're talking contesting the big men that are out here going for standing layups and stuff like that, or you're switching onto the big and you're the 6'6" and you had to switch onto the big man because your big had to switch onto the guard off a screen, that's a different story. I do think you're going to be hurting off not having interior defense. You're going to be hurting off not having rebounding, but it's a little bit hard to make these fully well-rounded builds. Later in the video, we're going to talk about maybe dropping your driving dunk, because 92 driving dunk does give you all the contact dunk packages you're going to need. It gives you the elite contact dunks, the pro contact dunks. You also need 80 vertical for this. If you're going for the smalls, it's 85 vertical, but we're at 6'6". You need to be under 6'5", I believe, to have those, so we're not even concerned about that in the first place. So to slow things down and kind of explain what I like about this build so much, it's still a very capable three-point shooter and ball handler. It has everything you would want in terms of the gold unpluckable, every dribble move that you'll ever get in the game, except ones that are height restricted where you have to be 6'5" or below. But honestly, if you want to be a two-way build, I would highly recommend to be at least 6'5", maybe 6'6". A lot of people have been talking about making small locks for the mismatch expert and countering that, so to say. I am kind of in a disagreement when it comes to that. I don't think that's the biggest deal of a badge, especially for being a 6'5" or a 6'6". My problem, more than anything, with a build that is 6'6", I can speak on this from my own perspective. I have one that has 95 perimeter defense at 6'6", this exact same speed. It's not so much about the contests anymore. I feel like it's kind of keeping up with them a little bit, where they are gonna go left right on you very, very much throughout the course of the game. And realistically, it's just going to be hard no matter what your build is. You could be short, you could be tall, you could be whatever you want. You still have to be good at defense when it comes to stuff like that. Now, some people, if you're just playing park, you probably don't have too big a deal with it, and it's probably pretty guardable as long as you're good enough on the sticks on defense. But you're going to be able to fight back a little bit with the steals. You have 92. It's going to be doable. I don't think you need Hall of Fame pickpocket as much as I've watched the rest of this game. I don't even think going for steals is the meta of playing defense anymore. You have to just be able to stay in front of the person you're defending and actually be able to keep up decently. Now, one thing I really want on a two-way build as well is going to be to have your block up. It's going to give you Intimidator. You're definitely going to want that when it comes to perimeter contest, interior contest, all types of stuff like that. And it's just super important. And if you're going to be a lockdown build that doesn't have any Intimidator, and also what I really don't like is all these people are talking about getting mismatch experted and countering it by making a 6-1 lock or something like that. You're getting shot over by a lot of people, or your contests are just a lot weaker when you're shorter. Kitchen has a build that's 5'9" with 90 perimeter defense and still has, you know, all types of good perimeter D in terms of, you'd think that would be what helps you contest shots, but also height is very important in that sense. If you're a big that jumps at people, you're getting crazy contests. And honestly, Intimidator probably factors into that a little bit as well, where small point guards don't have Intimidator by any means, and they really do get shot on quite a bit. It's very hard for them to contest shots, especially on people that are taller than them. I mean, it's a struggle out there for 5'9" to contest anything that's taller than probably like 6'5" or 6'6" when it comes to 3-pointers. So let's focus in on one that's a little bit more centered on being two-way. So we dropped the vertical by quite a bit, we dropped the stamina just a little bit, and then we dropped the free throw as well. Ball handle is going to be down by default just because we have a longer wingspan. Same with 3-pointer, where this one's 84 instead of the 88 that we had on the other. And again, we still have the 92 driving dunk that gives all the contact dunk packages and gold posterizer, and it's going to help you with the contact dunk meter, holding down on the right stick. It's going to be very doable. Now, this one has more penalty, more steal, and a little bit more block than the other one did, just because we have the longer wingspan. But again, you're going to have silver rim protector on this one. You're going to still have the silver intimidator and silver chase down. Unfortunately, we're not getting enough for the gold on this, but either way, you got Hall of Fame on interceptor, pickpocket, clamps, menace, whereas the other one had golds on a couple of these right here. And obviously, this looks better on defense. And as the badge count shows as well, we have 20 on this one with 28 playmaking, 21 shooting, 18 finishing. We also have the 85 pass accuracy for the gold bullet passer. As you can see, the requirement for that right there is 85. The only negative to this build, in my opinion, is the fact that it gets 85 ball handle and it doesn't get 87 for the gold unpluckable. And I really do feel like that might be a little bit of an overstatement when it comes to how much I think you need that in this game. I think if you dribble the right way, you can deal with it only having the silver, but gold definitely seems to be quite an improvement over silver in this game. So let's say you're someone who doesn't care that much about driving dunk. You want to just be able to dunk when you're open, do it very cleanly, and also maybe get a couple contact dunks here and there. So 84 is going to give you the pro contact dunks. We're going to leave vertical the way that it was because I really don't like going below 80 vertical anyway, especially on a build that's 6'6". And if you expect versatility from this, where you could see the trade-off that we got from dropping driving dunk is going to be to upgrade defensive rebound right here. So you're going to get bronze rebound chaser at this build. However, what we can do is drop your speed with ball by 1 from 84 to 83. It's a little bit unfortunate that you're going to have to do stuff like this, and also drop your stamina down to 93. You're going to be able to get your defensive rebound to 81, which is going to give you silver rebound chaser, and I think that's plenty to be able to be like kind of versatile with this build. That's all I have on my 6'6", and I feel pretty good with it. I feel like I could guard bigs even if I had to, like actually play the 3 spot in 3v3 with it. And again, you're going to be great when it comes to on-ball defense. You got exactly what you need for perimeter defense, steal, all types of stuff like that. Again, this is the ultimate two-way build right here. If you want to drop a little bit off of finishing, if you feel like it doesn't really fit your necessities of how you actually play offense, and you don't need contact dunks to be able to do so, and honestly, if you're a build that has 84 3-pointer and 85 ball handle and gold quick first step, all types of stuff like that, you probably don't need contact dunks to be able to efficiently score. Just to clarify, the only reason I have offensive rebound up is because as you put D board high enough to 81, it's going to force you to upgrade O board. I would much rather have interior defense or something like that, or in this situation, maybe even more driving dunk or driving layup. I love the 80 driving layup for the acrobatic layups and just doing spins and stuff like that. Unlocks a lot of animations that you might want. I might even want more vertical or stamina, to be completely honest with you, but unfortunately, we just have to upgrade O board. Now, if you're in the situation you're playing ISO, maybe you're on the 2v2 and you're running ISO at the PG spot and you drive and kick out to your teammate who's in the corner, it might actually be kind of convenient for you to have a little bit of offensive rebound, and silver rebound chaser with 51 might be enough as long as you have another point guard matched up on you. But essentially what I'm saying is you might be able to get in play for a couple offensive rebounds off driving kick when it comes to 2v2, or maybe even 3v3 if you're driving a lot like that. But anyway, like I said, 85 ball handle is going to be enough to get you pretty much any package you want as long as it's not height restricted. It fits the rating threshold that you need for everything. It's just some of them are 6'5" and underneath, or it might even be anything below 6'5", so you have to be like 6'4" and under. But anyway, again, you get the gold bullet passer, you get 25 defensive badges, which again, you could put 4 more for college. I can't believe how many comments I had that were talking about how they just think that you only get the badges toward your account. You don't actually increase your badge count for doing college. You most certainly do. This build will get 29 defensive badges for doing college and completing it if you do the Texas Tech one, I'm pretty positive. And then on top of that, you hit level 39, you get another one as well, so that's 5. You could have 30 defensive badges just like that. And you're really a good two-way build. You got 84 3-pointer, 28 playmaking badges, 30 defensive badges. You got exactly what you need for speed and perimeter D to keep up with the small guards out there. And then you also have the versatility to switch on to bigs if you need to. So for instance, the silver rim protector and the silver rebound chaser. You're not going to fight really well with the bigs when you switch on to them. I just want to let you guys know out there, if you don't have your interior D up at all, you're probably going to struggle. However, even if you're 6'8" with like 78 interior defense, if they have mouse on the house on and all types of other stuff and they're just super tall, you're not contesting them anyway. You got to play for blocks. You got to go for the pogo stick stuff. This build does get gold pogo stick. It meets the threshold that you need for it with 71 block. You also have the 78 rebound rating, so it goes hand in hand with that. You would need a little bit more rebound or a little bit more block to have the Hall of Fame. I don't think it's really going to be accessible at this height right here. And if you go any taller on the height, you're going to lose a lot of speed and a little bit of perimeter defense and steal. So I think 6'6" is the perfect height to go for these two-way builds. But then we come back to the discussion of the whole ball handle thing. If silver unpluckable isn't a big deal to you, then I think this is the perfect build right here, where you go a little bit higher on the wingspan, you get a lot of better defensive badges, and just better defensive ratings in general with the perimeter D, steal, block, rebound, all types of stuff like that. Wingspan is very essential to a lot of lockdowns out there, and that's why with these two-way builds, you have to really like balance it and manage it really well, where you're trying to balance between three-pointer, ball handle, and defensive ratings, and you got to find the right mix between all of it. And what really is found in that is a lot of the badge cap stuff that I'm talking about, where this is really your decision to be made right here. If you think you want or need the gold unpluckable, if you're the main ball handler on your team, I would maybe suggest that first lock build that we showed. But if you're playing at the 2 and you want to be a secondary ball handler, yet the main lock on your team, I think this is a perfect build right here. Again, I can't say enough about the versatility of rebounding, how essential that is in terms of this game is really hard to fight through screens. Like, it's not so much about how hard the screens hit, it's about the fact that the point guards demand so much attention off of them, where they can shoot from super deep, they're super fast. You need a second defender to pick up on that, and if the second defender does pick up on that, you need to be able to switch on to the big man and actually rebound with him viably. And again, I think this is fully confident in myself to be able to rebound with a build like this. It's up to you to figure out if that's the case, but either way, I feel really good about rebounding on this build. The way we have this build constructed only gets 3 takeovers. However, it's only going to get sharp take, playmaker, and lockdown. I think these are all good, but you're going to need to be a little bit higher on something else like mid-range if you want to be able to actually get the shot creator takeover. If you want the slasher, you're probably going to have a little bit higher driving dunk. And then I don't think you're going to be able to get glass takeover by any means, because we already have the maxed out rebound. I don't know if O-board contributes to that, but either way, I don't think you can get glass take on this build anyway. But regardless, I think these are some still pretty good takeover options. I think sharp would be something that's very nice. If you're playing as the lockdown, obviously something like perimeter badge drop or enhanced jump shot contest could be pretty good as well. And we will be talking about this takeover right here, team takeover boost. We will make a video on this specifically. I'm not gonna lie, you as a lockdown could really play well with that, but we're gonna save that for another day. Anyway, to finalize this video, I wanted to just come back to the first build that we showed that had the gold unpluckable. So we need the 87 ball handle for that. We only have silver bullet passer. We could, like I said, drop the driving dunk down to the point where you would get the contact dunks with the 84, and it's going to be good enough for that. You do, however, get gold lob finisher and stuff like that if you do care about that, and really for just these 2 ratings, you gain 2 extra finishing badges, so it's up to you if you want to go for that, but we'll just leave it at that point. But anyway, long story short, you upgrade the pass accuracy to the gold bullet passer. It's really just hard to balance this build out where you have a really high 3-point rating with 88 and then a really high ball handle rating with 87, and it just kind of makes it so that it's harder to balance out these ratings, where if we try to go for the rebounding, it's going to sit at 57. We try and lower the stamina. I'll even go to 84 just to show you that it's really hard, and that stamina doesn't really make up for a lot of attribute ratings or anything like that. So I don't really recommend to just, cut stamina out of your build a lot of times, because it really does not have a very high trade-off. Same with free throw. It's very cheap. Those 2 ratings, you could put on almost any build and max them out and it'd be fine. It really does not cost anything to put those 2 things on. But again, just to talk about this build one last time, I think it's really hard to balance. I don't think you're going to find a very easy way to actually upgrade rebounding on one that has a smaller wingspan, this one being 6'9", the other one being 7 foot, and it's just harder to kind of balance this out. Another thing too, just again to talk about the perks of being the 7-foot wingspan and just kind of disregarding that silver unpluckable and, maybe gold chef and stuff like that, or even the gold blinders, which, are pretty good offensive improvements. But you do get 1 higher level of intimidator, menace, clamps, pickpocket, all types of stuff like that, as well as perimeter defense rating and steal are pretty just important in general in this game. And for you to be able to get Hall of Fame pickpocket is going to be pretty convenient. Last thing I wanted to mention, with you having a decent mid-range right here where it's going to be 73, it does actually unlock the ability to get shot creator takeovers. So you'll have shot, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown. Pretty much the exact same thing as we had in the other one, just in the addition of the shot creator takeovers. But that's up to you to decide. I just wanted to give you guys a couple of options, something that can guard ball really well while also running point guard very viably. And then on top of that too, you could even take this into the 1v1 court. It could play 2v2 point guard. It could play 3v3 point guard or 3v3 lockdown. You can do whatever you want in terms of at least being in the backcourt. For Pro-Am, I do think this could play lockdown pretty well. I think it'd be really nice to have something spotting up on the hash like this. As long as you still have around 82 three-pointer, you could still get the gold limit spot up. But even that doesn't even seem to matter too much in Pro-Am right now. I just want to kind of account for the fact that Mike Wang was talking about how that might actually matter somewhere down the road, but they haven't even put it in the patches of the last 2 of them. So I don't know, at this point it seems you won't even need limitless spot up to actually be able to shoot from the wing super consistently. So kind of is what it is. This build would play Pro-Am really well though, I do think. Anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all good stuff like I said in the intro. Strategy 1,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put 2-way in the comments to show your support made all the way through. None of that, take it easy, man. Peace.